Hello students, I am Sanju Hazdia, Assistant Professor of English at Government College Ratangad. Today I am going to explain our Khejurina tree by Tarudat line to line as I promised to you in my first video. This poem is included in BA Part 3rd, Paper 1st in English Literature by MGS University Bikaner. So this poem starts as like a huge python winding round and round, the rugged trunk indented deep with scars, up to its very summit near the stars, a creeper climbs in whose embraces bound no other tree could live, but gallantly the giant wears the scarf, and flowers are hung in crimson clusters all the boughs among, whereon all they are gathered bird and bee, and oft at nights the garden overflows with one sweet song that seems to have no close, sung darkling from our tree while men repose. So this is the first stanza, and in first stanza, poetess is saying that creeper is like a huge python. Do you know what is python? Python is a species of snake. Okay, so like a huge python, this creeper is winding round and round like a huge python to the tree. It is winding that tree in a very round manner like a huge python. The rugged trunk. The trunk of the tree is rugged. Rugged means uneven. It is not even. Indented deep with scars, and there are so many scars means wounds on that tree which are indented deep, means they are in a very deep manner or zigzag manner on this tree, up to its very summit near the stars, and this summit means top. This creeper is reaching to the very top, and the top of the tree is near the stars, means this tree is very huge and the top of the tree appears that it is near the stars, and this creeper is reaching to the very top of the tree. A creeper climbs. In this way, creeper is climbing to the tree, and it appears like a huge python, and it is winding round and round the tree. The tree's trunk is rugged, it is uneven, and it is full of deep scars, deep wounds, and it is reaching, this creeper is reaching to the very summit, to the very top, which is near the stars. Okay, in whose embraces bound no other tree could live. Now poetess is saying that tree is very brave because this creeper is embraced that tree in a very tight manner, and in that tight embrace this tree is living. No other than this tree could live. But gallantly means heroically, the giant wears the scarf. This giant means this tree is very huge, so it is compared with giant. This tree is wearing the scarf in a very heroic manner. Here scarf is means that creeper. This creeper appears to that tree as a scarf, means this tree is personified here as a person wears the scarf. In the same manner, this tree is wearing that creeper, and flowers are hung in crimson clusters, and there are so many flowers on that creeper, and they are hanging in a crimson bunches. All the boughs among, means in among the all branches there are so many crimson clusters of the flowers, and they are hanging, whereon all day are gathered bird and bee, and on that tree all the full day there is the gathering of birds and bees, means many birds and bees are living on that tree, and oft at nights the garden overflows, and often at the time of the night the garden is overflows means full of with one sweet song. At night time sometimes this whole garden is full of sweet song that seems to have no close, and it appears there that there is no ending of that song, sung darkling from our tree. Darkling means when darkness is approaching, and darkling may be that nightingale is also said darkling. So nightingale is singing the song, and which appears that it will never close, and the song is very sweet, and the whole garden is full of that song. While men repose, when men are having rest, men are sleeping, this bird is singing the song in that garden. So I think you have understood the first stanza, and now second stanza. When first my casement is wide open thrown, at dawn my eyes delighted on it rest. Sometimes and most in winter, on its crest a grey baboon sits statue-like alone, watching the sunrise, while on lower boughs his puny offspring leap about and play, and far and near kokilas hail the day. And to their pastures wend our sleepy cows, and in the shadow on the broad tank cast by that hot tree, so beautiful and vast, the water lilies spring like snow and mast. So now poetess is describing the time of the morning, and at the morning time when she opens her casement means window. When first my casement is wide open thrown at dawn, at the morning time when poetess opens widely her window, my eyes delighted on it rest, and when my eyes see that tree, they feel very delighted, they feel very happy, means poetess feels very happy after seeing that tree. Sometimes and most in winter, sometimes and mostly at the time of the winter, on its crest means top of the tree, top means crest means top. So sometimes and mostly in winter season, on its crest means on the top of the tree, a grey baboon sits. A grey baboon means a species of monkey. A grey colored baboon is sitting statue like, means it is sitting in a very motionless, it is sitting statue like alone, it is sitting all alone on the top of the tree, watching the sunrise. And what is seeing? It is watching the sunrise, while on lower boughs, while on the lower branches his puny offspring leap about and play. His small offsprings, his children, are leaping and playing, and far and near kokilas hail the day. And now poetess is saying that kokilas, they may be far and they may be near, but their sound is heard there, so they are welcoming the day. Hail means welcome, so far and near the kokilas are welcoming the day. And to their pastures wend our sleepy cows, and the sleepy cows are feeling very sleepy, so they are going in a very slow manner to their pastures, to the meadows. And in the shadow on the broad tank cast, and tree's shadow is falling on the broad tank, and by that hot tree, means that tree's shadow is falling in a grey and whitish manner to that broad tank, so beautiful and vast, and it is appearing very beautiful and vast. The water lilies spring like snow and mast, and the water lilies in that tank appears that that tank has gathered the snow, means this scene is very beautiful. When this tree casts the shadow on that wide tank, it appears very beautiful, and the water lilies appears that the tank has enmasked, that the tank has collected the snow. Okay, so this is the explanation of the second.